hasn't really come close to threatening Jenkins, the Jenkins throw.
One just over the line on the treble 20, switches down to 19. It's a 96 score. It's remarkable now, we're in the 18th leg of the match, just a one-breaker throw. And for all that, Barneveld averaging 96.34. Lacking
57.
Conviction. Even now, his body language suggests to me, and no doubt to you and to everybody else watching, that he's hardly a man who feels he's going to win.
140.
Well, Jenkins believes, doesn't he? Well, that was it. Nowhere near. Well, that first dart must have slipped. Good adjustment.
100.
Oh, these are great darts. Those are perfect darts. And what a time again. Just as I said when he hit his fifth. What a time to get a magical maximum.
100. So you require 121.
Well, this really will hurt. This really will hurt. And Barney has to get this. Otherwise he's in big bother.
Yeah, two breaks to throw down, and I think it'll be curtains. So, needed the treble 20. Still really needs a treble 20. Well, treble 18 will do. Leaves 54, a two-dart finish, but will he get a throw at it? Double 7, not the easiest on the board, unless you tell him Jenkins that is, no problem. Another break to throw. The 12th and the 18 legs are the only ones that have gone against the throw, and it's Terry Jenkins who's taken them both. And now, this is where Terry Jenkins admitted in his interview that he can, at this sort of stage in a game, with a lead like this, begin to fall asleep. But I think he'll be aware, after his experience yesterday against Dennis Uddens, that he cannot afford to relax, and he isn't. He is not. He definitely is not. Jenkins on a roll. Oh, what a player. What a performance this is.
Yeah. He can smell blood at the moment. Jenkins, Barney responding with 140, but the mood that Jenkins is in, 140 just ain't good enough. He has hardly put a foot wrong. 11-7 it is, and although they're both averaging around 96, 97, the dominance of Jenkins, 25 darts he's had in a double, Barney's had only 12.
130.
Only 12 darts at a double, Barney. 25, this man, as you say. 11-7.
100.
Great ton at the end, great treble 20 to leave, 64, 131. Now then, treble 13. No, it's not there. That's the outshot that Terry Jenkins started the match with. Exactly that 131. Now 64 for 12-7. Tops he wants. Deliberately went for treble 8. Double 10 he wants.
And double 10 he gets. And he has won 8 out of the last 10 legs, Terry Jenkins. And Barney has problems. He isn't putting a foot wrong. Brilliant performance from Jenkins. Barney now needs to produce his very, very best.
109.
We know that he did in the 2007 World Championship final. He did in the semi-final of the Desert Classic 2 years ago when he was 2 sets down to Phil Taylor in the semi. He came back brilliantly then. He has at Bolton where he was behind against Phil Taylor and came back to pit him. We know that he can fight back. We certainly know that he can fight and scrap and make his way into the later stages of any competition.
72.
Has Barney got what it takes really now, Stuart?
Well, here's your answer.
140.
Left himself on a possible 11 darter, but he just doesn't have that confident look on his face at the moment, Barneveld, does he?
That's right, and that's the difference between now and those other occasions that I mentioned. Double 16 he wants, double 8 he wants, double 8 he gets as we go into another break. That particular session went 3-2 to Terry Jenkins. He leads by 12 lengths to 8 more.
Well, match play, that means it's quarter-finals day. Mervyn King, brilliant in beating Vincent van der Voort. And, well, brilliant can be used to describe Terry Jenkins so far. Needs 4 more legs to take out Barney. And in tonight's quarter-finals, Wade will face Baxter. Taylor bidding for that magical 10th match play title takes on Adrian Lewis. Here, Jenkins leads 12-8. He's thrown first here, and the big question, John Gwynn, what can Barney do to get back into this quarter-final?
Well, hope that Jenkins has a bad patch, and he hasn't. Jenkins all the way through from the very first leg. He hit a 180, had a 131 finish, kicked off with a 12-darter. And whilst he hasn't exactly maintained that all the way through, he has been the more consistent of the two. Barney hasn't thrown badly, actually, but he has clearly lacked confidence over the past 7 or 8 legs after that break of throw.
And he hasn't really threatened the Terry Jenkins throw.
99.
And that is the big surprise. Jenkins has thrown beautifully. Sometimes, I wonder with Terry Jenkins, with the darts that he has, the barrels are so smooth, his accuracy is spot on, when you would expect, because of the barrels of the darts he uses, they'd splay all over the place, a bit like Barney's are here.
But going back to Barney, those examples I gave, and there are others as well, where he's come back from a disadvantageous position, he had the self-belief then, and that was the difference. He always believed within himself that he could come back. You don't get the impression that he does here, and for some time still throwing lovely darts, and he's a man resigned, I feel, to his fate.
Tops for another one. Well, another terrific leg, 15 darts. Professional, cool as you like. 46% now, the checkout success rate for Terry Jenkins. And you have to say that at the moment Barney doesn't look like getting close to Jenkins on the Jenkins throw.
No way.
Only
2 breaks to throw in the whole game, both going Jenkins' way. 5-leg advantage now, and Barney holding his throw in the main and still scoring beautifully, still throwing some really good darts, not his best by any means, but still throwing some really good darts, and almost resigned to the fact that Terry Jenkins is hold though.
Well, the way that Jenkins has been holding his throw so convincingly in this match, he must now believe in his own head, surely Jenkins, that this match is mine. Just keep throwing well, keep holding my throw, and that's all I've got to do, and I'm into the semi-finals of the World Match Play.
140.
You questioned earlier whether, in fact, he might react to playing in the afternoon in front of a rather more sombre crowd than he would get in the evening. I don't think it's made that much difference, but it's worth asking the question.
Well, another treble here, and Barney have been all sorts of bother. Fantastic darts from Jenkins to leave a 1-darter, and if Barney doesn't get this, it could be game over. Now this double 18 could be the dart that virtually wins the match for Jenkins. 13-darter, a 3rd break and throw. He's 2 away from the